Hello and welcome to Moving Past You. I'm your host, Juanita Gaynor, and this is a brief nugget of wisdom. Today's discussion is going to be about identifying your distractions. Now, guys, I'm not forgetting about you, but today this is for the ladies. As we all know, we as women always try to do everything for everyone, and sometimes we don't identify the distractions that lead us into the stalemate in our life, our business, and our purpose. And when these things happen, we want to know what's going on. How did this happen? How did I get off track? And what I'm saying from experience is because I've had to recently learn what truly are my distractions. And you probably are saying distractions. I got them all the time. I got the kids, my husband, my family, my job. We have so many things going on, but those are not the types of distractions that I'm talking about. See, I'm talking about the ones that you're in the midst of doing something for your business or even in ministry and you're going along smoothly, and then somebody will ask you to do something for them. And what you'll do is you'll stop doing everything you were doing and start focusing on what they need. Does that sound familiar? And by the time we figured out that we've neglected the things we needed to do, we're back at the gate, starting all over again, and then we're upset and angry. Oh my goodness, how could that person do this to me? This is what you're thinking in your mind and how you move along. But really, it's not the other person's fault. We as women, we have the hardest time saying no. So, these are some things I'm just going to go over with you regarding identifying your distractions and what to do about those distractions. The number one key is first to identify it. The friend that asks you to help with the website or help with the paper, or the well intentioned church member asking you to help out with the scholarship dinner. It's not necessarily they're in need of specific help at that time with the particular venture. It is the enemy's way of distracting you from going forward and what God has called you to do. Whether it's your business, your ministry, or taking care of your children, or taking care of your family, extended family, whatever God has you focused on, the enemy will try to come and distract you from it. So, when you get those types of requests, and I know you're wondering how to handle it, how do I say no? That's my best friend, or that's my ministry leader. How do I say no to them? Well, the first thing you can do is when someone asks you to do something, what you need to do is go before God in prayer and seek His guidance on whether it lines up with what He already has you doing. Is it going to enhance the ministry or the work you're doing? Or is it going to prepare you, or is it going to hinder you? Those are the key things that you must do first. Now, once you've identified which one it is it going to enhance it or is it going to hinder it? Then you're going to have to set some guidelines on how much of your time is going to go and interact into that without distracting from your primary goal. So, if it is something that's going to enhance what you're doing, what you need to do is be specific and setting clear, defined guidelines into what you're doing so that it doesn't deter from the overall purpose and primary goal that you was originally set to do. Now, if it's a hindrance, what you need to do is politely say no, thank you, and keep moving. Now, usually the ones that are the hindrances are the ones that's going to fight back. They're going to say things like, I can't believe you can't help me, or you won't do this for me. Those are clear indications that that was a distraction from the gate. Now, for some people, just being harsh and saying no is still a learning experience. However, you can easily say it this way if you want a softer approach, or you want, a more demure approach. You can nicely say, I have a full schedule and I just can't take on any additional projects right now. And you know what? Whatever God has you doing, your children, your family, work, you have a full schedule. So you're not lying. You just cannot take on anything that's going to deter from the overall purpose in which you're doing, you know? And at the end of the day, you always have to walk with God and talk with God and to find out where He wants you to be. If you keep falling into distractions and allowing them to mess you up, it'll deter your path and you will always create a stumbling block. So the next time someone asks you to do work for them or to work on a project, let God direct you. He will always give you the answer you need and not the answer that you want. Thank you so much for listening to Nuggets of Wisdom on Moving Past You. Be sure to visit Moving Past You, our Moving Past You Facebook group page to join the conversation, to access show notes, to get fantastic bonus content, and always remember to be kind in your word, thought, and deed. Have a great one.